Hello boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Fish and my channel, I'm going to call it King Fishtail. I'm obviously not the king just yet, I haven't even been seen to a track day, but if you can tell by my company, it's got Kingfish glass, so I figured keep it in the running King Fishtail. It makes sense. I don't think it's not that difficult to put two and two together, but anyways, what is going to be difficult to put two and two together is these two falcons that I'm going to turn into a drift car. So actually, let's pretend you didn't see that just yet. And so this XT Falcon, beautiful specimen. It's the same, apparently it's the same front bumper, fenders. I'm hoping it's the whole, obviously it's the same body frame at the front. So we're gonna be stealing this as the donor car, all the parts off that except the headlights and the bumper pretty much. And then we're gonna be putting it onto this busted up piece of thing. So you're probably thinking, oh, maybe I should be just making this a drift car. Yeah, it makes sense because it's a sedan rather than a ute, excuse my hiccups. But the whole reason that I want to be drifting this ute, the reason why I didn't just get a naturally aspirated XR6 is because I don't know if you know, but I've got another blue car somewhere, and that's F6. So I can't really be thrashing that around the track. Well, I could, but I don't really want to be risking $75,000. I'd much prefer to just thrash around the $7,500 that I paid for this thing. So obviously, it's not just going to cost me $7.5 grand to get a track car up and running. It's cost quite a bit more, but if you don't include the hoist and like the computer to edit stuff, GoPros, just all the added surrounded stuff like scan tools, it's going to be pretty cheap. But other than that, it's pretty much a house deposit, I think, by the time I'm going to be done and dusted. But that's okay. We'll get to that later. So the only bad thing about this Falcon is that it's automatic. Well, not the only bad thing. There's quite a few bad things with this, but I think it's actually going to be not too bad. The front chassis is quite bent, I think, judging by the angle that it's like kind of coming out at. Whereas this one looks pretty straight, but it's okay. I'm sure the forklift will be able to straighten that right back up. And then when I put on the new front one, I'll be able to check to see how far out of line it is. Hopefully I don't need to pull out the motor. I'm definitely gonna have to drop the gearbox at least because it's automatic. But right here we have the manual gearbox swap. So that's gonna be sick. And we're gonna put all the stuff that we don't want off my F6 into that car as well. So that is the twin plate button clutch, the rims, and the exhaust. Oh, the exhaust sounds sick. I'll give you a listen to it, but it's not the sound that I'm wanting to get rid of. It's the fact that it's got a quad tip rear bar on it that I put on ages ago, and then I ran out of money and time and didn't really care about it because it just sat there doing nothing. So yeah, now I'm gonna actually just pull all the stuff I've done off the F6 and just upgrade the F6 and get nice new parts, and then put the still pretty good parts on the XR6 Turbo and turn it into a drift car. I don't know if I said that yet, but yeah, that's the whole point of this, is because I wanted to start doing drift, hence King Fishtail. So I'll show you some more goodies that I've got. Yeah, what, sick. So we'll put this forklift away so that I can actually give you a bit of a walk around of the S6. It's pretty dirty at the moment, but you can use your imagination, just pretend that it's not. So I actually don't know what you want to see first. You want to see the parts that I've got, some pretty good go fast parts, not even really go fast, but just to make it not go bang and to make me feel a little bit comfy. Or do you want to hear the sound of the F6? Okay, fine. We'll hear the sound of the F6 first. So the microphone didn't quite pick up the quality that we're after, but if you can tell by the smile on my face, you get the idea. son. Like, this is how happy I am. And it's like, it's just boy shit, hey. Like, the cars can just, I don't know, the sound of that sort of shit just makes you that happy. But, fucking sounds pretty good, eh? So, obviously, that's going to be sounding, I'll get you the front, actually. We'll get the front action as well. Yeah, so I'm a pretty lucky boy because I'm going to have two of them soon. Well, not really, it's going to be the same one, but you can both going to go on at the same time, really, if you wanted to. Yeah, and the same colour. It just makes sense. When I saw it pop up, I was like, hell yeah, that's exactly what's going to be happening. And so yeah, now the exhaust is done, I'll show you my overnight parts from Japan. And when I say overnight parts, I mean, I got them on 2 separate days, but they're like 2 weeks apart, but who's counting? But yeah, I got them secondhand. I'll run you through what they are next. So, oh, hello. This is some overnight parts from Japan. Bride, Japan. Well, apparently it's actually pronounced brid. I don't like the sound of brid. I like bride. But anyway, so when I went to pick it up, he said that he's selling both. And I thought that he meant he's got 2 seats. Because in the photo, it looked like there was 2 seats. But what he was actually referring to was he was selling both the seat rails and the seat. I was like, oh, whatever, I'm here now. So I bought it anyway, $1,700. They're worth $2,300 brand new. Still pretty good buy. And he had only used it for 2 track days. And he said he was just going to get out of doing the track scene and that sort of thing. So then I was like, oh, well, now I'm never going to be able to find another one. I'm going to buy a brand new one and spend another, like, I didn't want to be spending that much money as it is, really, like, because it's supposed to be kind of a budget build. And then, so I was like, oh, I'll just use the XR6 seat for the other one, for the passenger seat, because I don't really care about the passenger. Like, if they go into the wall, it's not my fault. And yeah, you know, me. And I want to be comfy. But then I saw another one pop up on Facebook Marketplace. Again, exact same color, exact same livery and that sort of thing. Like, I couldn't believe it because there's a couple of different versions, and obviously, like, there's that many different seats in the market. So it was very rare to get such a high brand. Like, they're not very long been on the market, these things. And so then I talked him down to $1,750. Hadn't even put it in the car yet, brand new. Got the authentication papers and stuff. And yeah, so then I've got probably almost $5,000 worth of seats for what, $3,500. So done a mad hustle there. I've got I think it's like an Auto Technica or something like that, intercooler, which is like the equivalent to their stock F6 cooler, but it's in there anyway. Equivalent to the stock F6 cooler, and a little bit better. And then there's a power radiator as well. So there's the intercooler. It looks thin there, but it's actually thickens out at the bottom. You can have a look at the F6. The F6 is it actually came from factory with a really big pussy magnet on it. I had to turn it down a bit because it's just getting too much pussy. So I've also got an oil pump for the XR6 Turbo billet oil pump. I'm going to sell my seats to my mate Corey. And then, yeah, so I've actually got like a bit of a job list on what we're going to need to do, what we're going to need to buy. And yeah, just in order to get this thing cracking. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. I've never actually done anything like this before regarding the drift build. I've never drifted. I've never dropped an engine, never dropped a gearbox. I've never done anything with the clutch. I've never done any really body work. Like, pretty much the only thing I really have done is just like done bolt-on accessories, like changed out power steering pumps and alternators and that sort of thing. I have pulled apart and done a cylinder head on like my old panel van. Couple times I've done that twice, but other than that, this is all going to be a completely new experience for me, and that's what I just love challenging myself to new experiences and new challenges. It's going to be a lot to take in and a lot of mistakes to be made, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to film it along the way, and then at the end, like, how good is it going to be when I finally have this car together, and then I can get some content and me just what bang in the wall. Nah, won't hit the wall, but yeah, I just can't wait. It's gonna be sick. That way, then I'll feel like I'm drifting the F6, but really, it's just an XR6 turbo. It's gonna be pretty rewarding, and yeah, hope to have you guys follow me along the journey along the way, and yeah, just make sure you do like the thumbs up and the subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and comments, that sort of things, to try and get some views and that sort of thing up for me, because like obviously I'm pretty lucky being in this position. I have my own company, so I can work when and when I want. But it'd be nice to just do more of this sort of stuff. So yeah, hopefully it ends up going somewhere. I'm pretty confident that it will. If I know me, I back myself that it's I'm going to be able to get it done and do it pretty well. So yeah, I'll see you soon.